Welcome back everyone to day 22 of the Grinding It Up challenge. And since I know you guys enjoy and love those live play sessions so much, I definitely want to make this up to you. I've received tons of feedback in the comments section of YouTube, and I've also received some requests in different forums. So I decided to make this another live play session, but I'm gonna make this a trial run. So you guys have to tell me if that's all right for you and if it's still as interesting to watch. Because if it isn't, then I'll have to think about something else. You know, the thing is, I'd love to present you more live play because I like playing live myself, of course. But the thing is, I don't really give away too much for free. You gotta understand that just a little bit. I mean, if I just give out some free reads and free stuff to everyone, then it's gonna be much harder for me to make money at the tables, actually. So, I still want to accommodate you guys with some live action, but at the same time, I hope you still enjoy if I have the whole cards hidden. And we're gonna put this on a trial run. I'm gonna make this a 15-minute video. Still comment on the most interesting hands, then probably pause in between hands to show you guys something that I found interesting, and talk about some concepts, or so let's see what happens and see how that goes. It's going to be definitely interesting for me to know if that's something you might be interested in, and in case this trial run goes well, then we might actually consider, I might actually consider doing longer session videos and, run the challenge by just recording an hour long or even longer stuff that you guys might want to watch. So here I think I made a pretty thin call. I called down with a 10 and he won with a king, so nothing too spectacular. Isolated a limper here, and he doesn't really seem to be that strong, but he might actually have an ace, so I'm gonna try and raise for value on this river. Oops, he comes over the top, so that that's too bad. I have two pair myself, but he could have actually just made a straight or a set or some aces up, so I think I have to actually fold this. It's going to be a raise fold. That's a line that you just see. It's just a nutted line that recreational players tend to take, so I think I have to fold. I have a king 4 suited, I must add. Yeah, I'm going to fold this one. Somebody asked me whether it's actually a good idea to be opening small, as I do, because I'm opening 2.5 BB. I even used to be opening 2.2 BB. I do that at higher stakes games. And he said that the argument for opening bigger would be the rake is pretty high at the micro stakes. And I definitely have to agree on this. And I actually think that increasing the bet size isn't a bad idea at all. I haven't even thought about this, but, well, it's a good point. I'm going to 3-bet, make it a little smaller. Here I'm going to check the turn. It's not a great turn, river isn't that great either. And I'm just going to check this down and hope to take it down against 4 or 5 with an ace. So those two cold call, and I'm going to check this flop. Don't know what this guy's up to. I think he might have a pair a lot of the time. I'm going to bet on this turn. Maybe it's even a great exercise for you guys to guess what I actually have. Should be interesting, at least. So maybe you have fun doing that. And let me know. Give me some feedback. I'm definitely interested if that type of format is working out for you and if you enjoy it, as you did with the previous live recordings. River, I'm going to check. So results are going to be refreshed. Close to 3 stacks that were up right now that session, so going pretty well. so far. I mean, I had a lot of interesting spots so far already. I could actually go into those pretty soon. This flop against 2, I'm going to check back. I'm going to be opening smaller on the button only, and then take up that idea that somebody brought up, opening a little bigger. You know, I think when it comes to bet sizing, I've talked about this in one of the previous episodes, one of the early episodes actually. And I think that it's largely irrelevant to a point that you can actually manage to manipulate the pot on a later street if you like. And you can still overbet the pot, you know, when you want to make it big. My strategy kind of is to see as many flops as possible with recreational players, and that's the reason for me opening as small as I can to get away with seeing flops cheaply, because I don't plan to take down too many pots post flop unless I really have a strong hand, or unless I really have a something to rely on, something to improve on. And not going to go for like triple barrel bluffs or that kind of stuff at the micros. It just doesn't appeal to me to be the correct strategy in most situations against most opponents. Yeah, so I think the bet sizing pre-flop is largely irrelevant, but I do think that there is a point to opening a little bigger, considering the rake, of course. So went for a pot control line here, took it down with aces. Well, you'll learn, at least you'll learn a lot about the hands that I do reveal in the end. So you should at least be able to pick up some reads, some info on what I had. But you can still treat it like a little bit of a guessing game, you know, and see what did Flix have in that hand, and what did he do, and how would I have played this hand. I mean, still definitely interested in hearing what you guys think about how I played certain hands all the time. I mean, we're looking at getting better and learning, each and every one of us. So if you have any feedback as to any hands that I play, or that you see me playing and that you find questionable, or that you didn't like how I played, then you can just let me know in the comments down below, or tweet it to my Twitter account and use the hashtag grinding it up. So I've been playing for about a half an hour now, and session is going reasonably well so far, which is nice. I do tend to forget about marking loose passive recreational players who limp into pots. You know, I'm used to that, doing it at higher stakes, and at 10NL I usually don't bother because the pool is so big. I tend to just forget and move on to the next hand. I'm going to bet this, although I'm not too happy about the flop. Could be close, and that's a pretty bad turn. I'm going to check this back. That one I've got to fold. I might even have a chance of being good here. No, I had a deuce, so yeah. I mean, I think I might have flopped the best hand there often enough to make it a profitable play. This one's close. Going to flat. There's two recreational players sitting right behind me. Right. So definitely betting this turn. Can't get called by worse, I guess. Now I got to check this back, and I did get called down by a 9. River is obviously a bad card in terms of not of me being beat or having to fear that I'm beat, but in terms of not being able to extract any more thin value, because the opponent is probably just gonna end up folding all his worst hands and just call with the better ones. Gonna call here and check this one down. I mean, yeah, you have seen people do call down with mid pairs, and when the board doesn't change that much, that's the reason for me not really wanting to try and bluff people off hands, because as you saw, people do call on the turn and even on the river, especially when the board doesn't change. I mean, when the board changes and the board is like gives me an overcard or completes a pretty obvious draw that I could reasonably have, then I might go for a bluff. But you know, the ace was the perfect spot for that. But in the other example, the board really didn't change that much, and I don't expect anybody to be folding a king or even a 9 at that point of the hand. So you know, that's my basic game plan considering micro stakes. And you know, it's quite an approach that's low on variance, which is really nice because you don't get too many big swings out of this. You're not getting stuck in too many 3-bet pots trying to barrel people or blow people off hands. You don't get the money in pre-flop too often anyways. I mean, at micro stakes, this is something that I've found to that I've come to realize, that it's pretty much not desirable to make some loose stack offs here and there, because you know, people are just way too tight and nowhere 3-betting loose enough in certain spots that it pays off to stack off light. That doesn't look too good. Oh, it does look good. We win with jacks against deuces. So yeah, what was I saying? I mean, people don't stack off light pre-flop. Forget about that. No, just joking. I mean, this guy obviously had a $2 stack, so that's a little different. Against short stacks, it's a whole different story. You know, short and mid stacks do get it in light, and your stack off range there, the threshold is a lot lower than for 100 big blind stack size, of course. And you're probably going to be correct stacking off that light against short and mid stackers. Well, you know, as I said, I think my approach is quite low on variance, and pretty happy with it because it does seem to work really well. Produced a 15 big blind per 100 win rate so far, and let's hope to keep that up. Of course, it's no sample at all, and it might just be an insanely huge heater that I'm on, but I just feel like I know what these people are up to by now, at least a little bit, and I know what I can get away with and what not. Could actually raise here, but I'm rather checking because of his short stack size, and not bother stealing too much. Here, you know, this guy seems like a looser player. I have a pretty weak hand. I'm not going to steal. You know, the tiebreakers for me, whether or not I decide when to steal, when not to steal. I'm looking at the blinds, looking at their full big blind to steal, of course. That's the first thing. But the other thing is also I'm looking for the playability of the hand in a post-flop situation when I do get called. And I also look at some stuff like stack size tells or screen name tells, because they are existent, you know. You get to see like shorter stack sizes, of course, usually recreational players, and screen names also give away if somebody is a regular or not, and you know, that way I just feel like I can make a pretty decent decision on whether or not a steal is going to be an auto profit spot, or what I mean by that is that it's a spot where I could just raise any 2 cards and make a profit on this. So yeah. Action is quite fast. I hope you can follow, and as I said, do let me know, do give me some feedback if you're interested in this kind of format, or if it's just not interesting enough without whole cards. I mean, you'll get to see a lot of the cards that I play in the end, because I do hit the replayer, and then you're going to be able to see what I did, and I'm going to be commenting, so in case we do hit an interesting spot, you shouldn't be left behind too much, I don't think. So yeah, definitely interested to hear what you guys think. And we're about to hit the 15-minute video mark. I'm going to sit out next big blind and call it a session. It's been quite a good session, so made 3 stacks. Let's have a look at the overall results now. 436, so we pushed the bankroll again to above. Started at the 22nd of July. So we pushed the bankroll back to here, which is $516. So that's nice. And I don't think I'll do another 25 NL shot until I have something like $650 bankroll. So that means I'd have to make another 110 at the 10 NL tables. I guess that's gonna be, I hope it's gonna be possible within this week. Let's hope that I'll be able to shot 25 NL next week. I'm gonna be making a little announcement, so not that you guys are disappointed at any point. I'm going to put this series on hiatus. It's gonna be at the end of August because I'm going on a 3-week vacation, actually a 4-week vacation. Going to be going to the US, so no pokers, no online pokers for me at all. And there's going to be a little bit of a break, so I hope to be able to finish the challenge until then, so that I can actually leave at 25, being at 25 NL, and then resume the challenge when I get back in October and start at 25 NL. So that's it for today. Please give me your feedback. Did you like that kind of session? If you didn't like it at all, I'm fine with that too. Just let me know if the overall majority of the comments is positive. I might consider doing like a half an hour session, a 1 hour session, like even record my complete session without showing you guys the whole cards. So let me know. I'd be really interested. For the meantime, see you tomorrow and keep grinding it up, guys.